Progress on the ongoing rehabilitation efforts in areas devastated by Super Typhoon Yolanda was tackled in a joint Congressional Oversight Committee meeting. The panel noted a delay in the massive undertaking, as we hear from Ramirez.
Half a year after Yolanda ravaged into central Philippines, there's still no final post-disaster needs assessment. This is what the Joint Congressional Oversight on Public Expenditures found out during a hearing. Post-disaster needs assessment, or PDNA, the government's blueprint in rehabilitation and reconstruction of an area devastated by a calamity. Without it, the government is paralyzed. Under Republic Act No. 10121, the Office of the Civil Defense is the agency tasked to complete this vital plan. Upon completion, the OCD will then submit it to the Cabinet for vetting. The President will then approve the PDNA and refer it to the Department of Budget and Management for releasing of funds. Since a final PDNA for the Yolanda disaster is not yet at hand, the Office of the Presidential Assistant for Rehabilitation and Recovery, or OPAR, decided to create 5 clusters consisting of different government agencies. Each cluster addresses a specific need of the survivors. The 5 clusters are infrastructure, resettlement, social services, livelihood, and support. As a remedy, the OPAR also tasked the clusters to come up with damage assessment reports and budget proposals so as not to halt the rehabilitation.
This was the requirement that any rehabilitation plans and programs should be made in accordance with or based on the PDNA. But since this was taking too long, what we did was simultaneously to form the clusters. So the formation of the clusters is a PAR initiative.
But the problem is, only the infrastructure cluster has submitted a report to the OPAR. Other clusters have not yet completed a consolidated report since some government offices are still not submitting agency reports.
Education is part of the social services and educate of the social services cluster.
Tama po
Sabi
yun.
nila wala pa raw kayong sinasubmit na assessment.
Baka dahil nung Monday po lamang ngayong linggo.
You're talking May 5?
Opo, opo.
Gano'ng katagal na po ba nyo hawak yun? Ba't Monday lang kayo nag-present?
Titinan po namin, Mr. Chair.
5 buwan na. Wala pa rin post-disaster needs assessment na nanggagaling sa NDRRMC. At nagsasubmit pa lang at nagmi-meeting pa lang nung nakaraang Lunes at ngayon ang mga ahensya tungkol dito. Nakakalungkot na tila hindi nila minamadali ang bagay nito.
Yun yung mga nagiging delay pagka meron ka member in your cluster na hindi pa nagsasubmit kasi how can you cluster plan kung kulang-kulang pa.
This, according to San Juan Representative Ronaldo Zamora, is not Rehab Czar Panfilo Lacson's fault. He said that his office does not have enough authority, funding, and police power to get things done at a much faster pace. His suggestion is to create a new agency with the necessary capacity to focus on disaster preparedness, response, and rehabilitation.
Kulang mo na tao, pera, authority. Hindi katapat dun sa mga pangangailangan ng kanyang trabaho. Kailangan natin ng isang agency that will concentrate on prevention, will concentrate on capability building para hindi tayo pirme. Basta nagkaroon ng calamity, hindi natin alam kung anong gagawin.
Meanwhile, Senator Cheese Escudero begged Lacson to unmask the 2 cabinet secretaries who refused to cooperate with the rehabilitation efforts so that they can explain to the public. For Television, Ramirez.